Welcome to Quick Bites. SimTheWorld here, making 5-star dishes and cooking simulator. Today we are taking a look at the chicken pumpkin stew. We took a look at the simpler version before. This is the middle of the road, and there is an advanced version we will be tackling very shortly. But let's get started. So we are going to take a paella pan and put, what is that, 15 milliliters of sunflower oil? Let's go ahead and drop that in. Be quick to... Oh, we almost had it. We had it, and then we put too much. So we'll taste that back down to 15 milliliters. We're good to go. We'll throw in the chicken leg. We got the raw chicken leg just sitting on the counter. And this fries for 20 seconds. So my advice is have a stopwatch handy. And, keep an eye. That will... I do it on my phone. It makes it a lot simpler. So this will happen real quickly. So let's go ahead and we'll wait for that. 20 seconds is up. So I'm cutting the heat. Next thing we need to do is cut up a pumpkin into 50-gram pieces. So I've already taken care of that. Pumpkin is 5 kilograms, so you've got a lot to work with. Yeah, we don't need the whole pumpkin, just the 300 grams. There we go. These are all about 50-gram pieces, give or take a couple. Just a couple grams. Try to keep it as close as possible. We're also going to go ahead and try to space these out. You can pick up the pan and give it a little shake. Although, they don't seem to be cooperating today. Alright, so now I think I've got them spread out pretty evenly. That was weird, it was giving me an issue. Normally you can just shake it about and it'll be fine. So this then fries again for 20 seconds. While this is going, you can cut up the red bell pepper into 30-gram pieces. The red bell pepper is 240 grams, so you want to cut it in half. I found it easier. I'll show you guys how to cut it. A trick that I found. It's been 20 seconds. So what I would do is I'd cut it like that. Cut it in half, not even holding it. And then I'll cut it in half again, and then each of these pieces I'll cut in half. So in theory, it should give you 30-gram pieces, but by letting it drop about, you can kind of find, so there's a 32-gram piece, there's a 29. So you can get pretty close with a few of them, go through a couple red bell peppers, and you get the amount that you need. You only need half the pepper, so to this, we're going to add 5 grams of garlic powder. Just going to drop this in. I don't know what it should go in. I'm going to drop it in the pan itself. We poured 5 grams in. Then we're going to drop the red bell pepper. Again, just drop it in. We'll give this a little shake about to spread things out a bit. Doesn't look like it moves in the pan. Alright, so now we fry this for 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds, your levels for all your food should look about like this. Your sauce will be done, the pumpkin is halfway cooked, and the chicken is about, that looks like 3/4 of the way. So then let's continue on the list. So to this, we're going to add 200 milliliters of chicken broth, and we'll boil that for 60 seconds. Let's go ahead and I'm going to measure this into a bowl. Or we're going to pour it into a bowl. Let's see if we can do... Alright, we only need 200 milliliters. So you guys know how much I love my ladles. We'll take one, we'll dump it in. Nice and simple. And again, we'll do 50 milliliters to get the rest. Now we've got 200 milliliters in the pan. And this boils for 60 seconds. So we'll start the timer once again. I'll clean up a little bit. And we are cutting the heat now. It's been 60 seconds. You can see it's got a nice orange color, which is pretty cool. The red bell pepper isn't cooked all the way through. The chicken is a little overcooked, and the pumpkin is just a shade overcooked. So I'm not sure what's perfect or not. So then to a deep bowl, we're going to put 215 milliliters of the mixture. I'm curious how much is in here. Maybe that's all of it. Take a look here. So that's 200. Yeah, there's another 50 milliliters. I don't know how we're going to do this. Let me grab this other bowl. Grab the 50. Ah, you see what I'm doing here? I'm using math. So 50 is out. There's 15. Oh, so yeah, that is everything. I'm an idiot. So yes, just dump all of the liquid in. I was thinking that first ladle was 200 liters, or 200 milliliters. So yes, that's 215. That's all the liquid. Just dump it right in. For that, we're adding 10 milliliters of clarified butter. So I'm actually going to be a little careful and use a second bowl. Make sure we measure it out correctly. There we go. And instead of dumping it in, sometimes I take the risk. I know Carleezy Games is an expert at dumping bowls into other bowls. So if you want to see some of his gameplay, be sure to check that out. Did really well with that big strawberry cake. So continuing on, we're going to put 8 grams of starch into the liquid. Perfect. Make sure you're watching what goes in and not what you're pouring. And then we are adding the red bell pepper, the pumpkin, and finally the chicken leg. And everything goes in. So it's interesting. This dish is, normally I feel like these dishes don't put everything into the bowl. Maybe a little, try to make this look fancy. There we go. That looks nice. And this we are serving hot. And let's see what the customer says. So it looks like we almost got the full 5 stars on the taste, but overall we got the full 5 stars, so I'm going to take that. It looks like there's... See, that's interesting. I don't know what I was supposed to put the garlic on, and the red bell pepper didn't cook all the way through. That is really interesting. We followed the directions as intended. So you know what? Even though they're complaining, we got the full 5 stars. So I think that's a success. And this, of course, is in sandbox mode where you don't have any skill points unlocked. So that makes it a whole lot easier once you unlock skills that kind of pads your scoring. So hopefully this helped you guys if you're struggling with this dish. If you have any other dishes that you're having trouble getting the full 5 stars on, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. And we'll take a look at those in the near future. Otherwise, thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch, as I'll occasionally stream live. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.